That's what we talk. That's what we talk. Now we're going to talk about the monthly reports, and Carson's going to start with that.
Awesome. Thank you, Cesar. So this is really the key part of the training is your responsibilities as the church and as the pod liaison, our point person, point of contact for the church. You have 4 monthly responsibilities: ordering and pickup, inventory sheets, stories and testimonials, and then the sustainability payment. So those are the 4 things that we ask the church to keep up with on a monthly basis. So we're going to dive into each one of these and how they work, and all the links, all of the details that you need as the church, as the pod liaison, will be in that follow-up email for you that Cesar is going to send your way. So first, how do we get the items from our warehouse to you, the local church? We do this through an order form. It's a Google form that we share with you, and you will use that form on a monthly basis to order items. Each church is assigned a specific order date throughout the month. So for example, if your order date is on the 12th, then you order on the 12th every month, on whether it's a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Sunday, you order on the 12th. That helps us spread the items out to all 100 churches that we serve on a monthly basis. That helps us spread the items out and make sure everybody is getting their needs met. So then once we receive the order, we fulfill it based on what we've received. It is donations, so we never know what's going to come through our door, and it's never a guarantee that it's going to be in the warehouse. But we do try to make sure the order form is reflecting what we have in the warehouse at the time. We update it on a regular basis. So we fulfill it there, and then we fulfill it based on how the other churches are ordering. If we have 3 dining sets and we have 2 churches each asking for 4 dining sets, well, we don't have that many, so we will give 1 dining set to each church to make sure that we spread it out across all of the churches. And again, the link to this form will be in your follow-up email. And so actually take a look at it. It's just a Google form. So you put in your email address, your church name, your name, and your phone number. We need to be able to text this phone number pictures because we will send pictures of your order when it's ready for pickup. And while we control the order date when you submit the order to us, scheduling pickup is up to you. So whatever works best for you or for your pickup person. It may be the person at the church that has the truck and the trailer and is able to come get the items. That may be their seat at the table on how to serve. But we are open at the warehouse Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until noon. So you can pick whatever day works best for you, as long as you give us 3 of our business days to be able to process the order and have it prepared for you. So if you order on a Tuesday, we need Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to be able to process. And your first available pickup day would be that Saturday or the following week. So you can pick your pickup day, and then we have pickup scheduled every 30 minutes between 8:30 and 11:30 a.m. at the warehouse. Sometimes those times change based on weather, but those are our standard times, Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 11:30. And then the actual categories. So because it's donations, we never know what we're going to get, but we break everything into and sort everything into 24 big categories. One of those categories you can see up in the purple is electronics. And then we break that category down into some subcategories based on what we are seeing currently. So when we took a picture of the order form at the time, it was battery banks, charging cables, wireless phone chargers, and then miscellaneous electronics covers anything else, like a computer case, a mouse, some earbuds. It can be anything else that would be considered a miscellaneous electronic. And then you can request quantities of those items there. Another category is bedding. So bedding is a big category for us, and it breaks down into air mattresses, pillows, blankets, linens. And then you can see down at the bottom, there's an area for specific requests. This is where you are actually able to type into the order form if you have a specific need out in the community. For example, if you needed a queen size comforter, then you could type that in there. And if we have one, then we're able to put it on the order. Otherwise, if you just click some of these, if you just click linens, then whatever linens we have available, we'll grab one of and put on the order. So sometimes the specific requests allows us to help you meet the need more specifically. So that is those categories. And then we have a whole section that is furniture. Furniture is really hard to come by. We just got a truck in today, and it will all be gone by the end of the week. So furniture is really hard to come by, and so we break that down into these big categories, and we do our best to meet the needs as we can with the furniture. And then pickup. You, as the local church, are responsible for providing transportation for pickup. Once you arrive at the warehouse, our staff and crew, so we will load you up. We love to play Tetris. We love to stack things in trailers, pickup trucks, U-Hauls. We just ask that you bring your own straps, tarps, other ways to secure items, so that way you can secure the items as you need. And then all the items have to be picked up in one trip. So we can't have you guys pick up half the order, go take it back to the church, and then come back and get the other half. We have to get it all at once, which is why we send those pictures of the order to you guys so you can know what size vehicle to bring. And if you have any questions like, hey, that looks like a lot, what do I need? Just text us, call us, ask, and we'll give you our recommendation based on what we see. Unfortunately, we can't go with you guys. We would love to be able to travel with you back and help unload the items, but we're not able to do that. So once you get back to the church, finding people to help unload is a best practice. And then again, as a pod, you're committed to that one order and one pickup a month from the warehouse. So that's the ordering and pickup part of the process. The next part is, how do we keep track of those items? For us, we have to send monthly reports of where items have gone and those stories that we talked about earlier. We have to send those reports to our corporate partners. So we ask the same thing of the church to let us know where those items go. Again, these categories of use, that 80-20 that we talked about a little bit earlier, the 80% going to the unreached, the 20% can go to those other 4 categories for different ways of using the items. And so we need to track that 80-20 somehow. Now, we do that through an inventory sheet. So this is a Google sheet, a Google spreadsheet that is unique to each church. It is shared between us as CityServe and you, the local church. And when you place an order, we pick the order and have it ready for pickup. We take the list of items that we were able to provide and we type that into your spreadsheet. So that way you have the list of items that you are receiving. We do our best to document all the items from the time they enter our building to the time they're given to a person in need. And so we will walk through that inventory sheet here, and we ask that the church keeps up with this on a monthly basis. And kind of our recommendation is, as an item goes out, you document where it went. So that way at the end of the month, you're not trying to search for, oh man, where did that toaster oven go? I can't remember. So as items go out, just document them on the spreadsheet, and that link to the spreadsheet will be in your follow-up email. So this is a example spreadsheet. So you'll see that up here in the top left-hand corner, it'll be your church name and your inventory sheet. So we will have that set up for you. And then when we process the order, we put the items in column A. So we type in column A the items that you're receiving. You'll see makeup products, a massage gun, a pet bed, a tent, an air mattress. So we type in that first column when we are done processing the order. And then what we ask, and we do that on a monthly basis. So each month you'll see down here at the bottom, there's different tabs. So January 2023 and then February 2023. So there's 2 different lists there, 2 different tabs that you can click on and see each month's order. And then the categories of use, that 80-20, those 5 categories we just reviewed, that's kind of the key that you use to fill out B through F, columns B through F. So B, category of use, that lets us know, did the item go to the unreached? Did it go to a church member? Did it go to influence? So you fill out the category of use with this key that we just talked about up here that's circled. And then the other columns are really for you to use to maybe help keep track of the people that you're coming in contact with, the relationships that you're building. And so you can fill out columns C through F like that with the date of use. And we look at this on a monthly basis. So we like to see that about 70% of your guys' monthly order goes out to the community each month. And then we can see where those items have gone and track the 80% and the 20%. So that is the spreadsheet. I'm going to turn it over to Cesar to talk about stories and testimonials and how we receive back those stories and pictures.
Thank you, Carson. Like Carson mentioned, CityServe, we send reports to our corporate partners. And that reports, it can be the inventory, but also we need to send stories that impact. And those stories need to be submitted by the 27th every month. Your stories and testimonies are very important for able for us to continue chasing more resources and get more resources from our corporate partners. This is a story um, that we have here that we want to share with you, but I want to share this with you. When you send these stories and they have an impact with somebody, we send those resources back to our corporate partners. And when they see that that resource helped this family and they're helping that community with the kitchen items, they're gonna send us more because they are seeing that we are very good stewardship with everything they send us, that we send it outside and serve the community to the local church is gonna send us more. In the monthly report, we want to have some specific way that you can share those stories and some of those stories. There are so many churches, sometimes they send us a story, say, we give you diapers to a family. That doesn't help us. That doesn't help the corporate partners because we need a little bit more detail. And when we do that, we want to, for you guys to use this format. If you see these stories and these ones, who did you meet? Do you meet the person or family in need? What person is? And this story say that one of the church members encountered a single mom who had been an addicted for her life. And then she has been very abusive relationship with her husband. That's number 5. What is the story here? She has been a very abusive relationship. I'm sorry. And her husband, who had left her and the children's among them. She got 2 years ago, and she has living with the mother, and she started to get back her feet, and she now getting apartments with 3 kids. That is the story. And now the next point it is, how were you able to help her? And we're able to bless them with several home items and kitchen items. She also received a bedroom set and mattresses, and she remarked that she had never had bedroom suite before. As amazing how you help them. And we're able to pray for that person. If you're able to share with that the gospel with that person, and the church there, members of the church, they love the family, they pray for her. And the last one is if you have a follow-up for that family or this person. Those are the 5 key points from the story. That's where we give you this idea how you can send those stories. And we need minimum 3 stories for every month. Um, and for us, this is very encouraged for us because every time that we read this, they encourage us to continue serving the community, to continue serving the local church. This is the format, the monthly report too. You need to let us know what church is, the email, the address, but the more important is that we need to know 5 stories the impact. We request 3, but you can do it 5. How many adults did you impact? How many children? How many adults do they volunteer? And how many children volunteers? That means you need to set up and have an idea how you can meet that information that you need to send us reports. That is the monthly outreach report. That's what we need every month. That's the 27th every month. Carson.
Awesome. Thank you. And then the sustainability. We kind of talked about it earlier. If you have any questions on it, just feel free to reach out to us because I think we have each of you set up. But if not, just let us know and we'll double check it on our end as well. But we just need to keep that up to date on a monthly basis. And we can do that via online payment, monthly check. It can be automatic, which is pretty cool. So we will get that set up and make sure we are set up for that. And then your next steps. We are coming to the end here. So review everything on the follow-up email. It will have your order date. It will have all of the links that we talked about. It'll have a copy of this presentation and the pod covenant that we need you to sign and send back to us. So that is the follow-up email. If you need to save it, save all the links, do whatever you need to make sure you don't lose it, because it has everything that you need as the pod liaison in it. And then creating on-campus storage. Your pastor, your church may already have a closet, an empty classroom, a shed that where you're able to store some items, maybe some of those diapers, pillows, air mattresses, a few of those things that you know you're going to run into some needs over the course of a month and be able to meet those needs. And then the church pod monthly responsibilities, submitting the monthly order, arranging the pickup date and time, keeping the inventory sheet up to date, submit the stories and testimonials on the 27th, and then ensuring sustainability is kept current. So those are your next steps as the pod liaison. You can come visit us. Cesar does tours of the warehouse on Thursdays and Fridays at 9, 10, and 11. We always say it makes a little bit more sense once you come see it and get to visit us. And then volunteer opportunities. You can volunteer with us Wednesday through Saturday, 8:30 until noon. So you'll email me for volunteer opportunities, email Cesar for tours, or text for tours, and that come visit us. And that is it. That is the training. So welcome to CityServe. We will open it up for questions and see if we can answer any of them. Or once you have some time to process, you may come up with some questions in just a little bit. So we will open it up for questions.
Okay, I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys were saying that if you need something that you don't have, if you have a family, say a house burned and you don't have an item, so rather than wait to make an order for some items for maybe it's the first part of the month or whatever, rather than waiting to place an order, we just contact you to see if we could pick up something for that family. Is that what you're saying, or we need to place that on an order?
So it kind of depends. It kind of depends. So you can always reach out to us and we can see where they're at in the process. Sometimes with burnouts,
Okay.
they may not have a place to go right away. They may not have their new living situation set up. So the furniture, some of those bigger items may not be helpful the day after or even the week after. Probably looking for more clothing, more hygiene items. We don't really do a lot of clothing. The hygiene you could probably have in storage at the church and that replenish it on the
Right.
monthly order. So sometimes we push it to the monthly order and say, hey, wait till they're ready for it. And then we do have some items that what we call disaster readiness, where we do have some certain items that we have set aside for those emergency needs, and we can review that at the time, depending on what we have available and what the exact need is, because sometimes we don't have it. We don't have many appliances. Some of those big items we just don't receive a whole lot of. So does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. We get that one a lot. So appreciate you asking.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Also, Miss Frankie, that's the reason why we encourage the churches to order every month.
Mm.
And it's no matter how or how much, but order every month, because maybe in your order you have air mattresses. Maybe you don't have anybody who uses it in that moment, but you know that you have something in storage. When something happened, you're ready. You have diapers. Somebody in the church, a family need diapers. You don't need to wait for the next month to order diapers, because you already have. And that's one of the reasons I said, we said that we recommend the churches to order every month. And it's no matter who, maybe they don't have any needs, but you can order something, maybe small items, but we recommend that for that reason.
Okay. We had been doing that, and but I didn't know whether or not we could call and ask for something prior to the time to order.
Yes,
But
you always reach out and
okay.
ask. And we usually do it on a case by case basis. The only thing that we do consistently outside of the order date is usually when it comes to foster care or DHS related things. We also have certain items from a donor that's specifically donated for that. So we can sometimes help outside for foster care directly, and then the disaster relief is just kind of case by case because each one's different.
Now, is this foster care for children that are in a foster home, or is this for the foster care home itself?
We usually most cases are for prevention. So a family is going to have their kids taken away because they don't have a mattress or they don't have something in the
Oh, that's
home.
okay.
So
Alright.
that's usually the case.
Okay.
Anything else you can think of? I think Damon had to step away, so we'll follow up with him. But anything else?
Mm, no,
Okay. Well,
no, I think that's it.
if you think of anything, just let us know and be on the lookout for that email from Cesar. He'll send it over at some point today or tomorrow. And we are excited to have you on board, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ms. Frankie, and thank you, Damon. God bless you, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, thank you
Alright.
so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.